Well, guys, I wasn't going to do a video this weekend, but I'm on this road right here. This is 80 West and also 22. You can see it's a big 4-lane. This head that way right there goes to Columbus, Georgia. I was just out for a cruise. I'm going nowhere special. I just happened to look in the woods down here, and there's an old road that leads through that woods right there, which I'm assuming is this old road in the woods. Then when they widened it, obviously, the old road wasn't good enough. So I saw something in there. It's an old bridge. I'm going to try to find somewhere, and I don't know if it's going to work here, somewhere to park so I can go look at this bridge. It's right inside there. So let's go see if I can find a spot. All right. There's a little path right here. Let's see if I can get in here without getting pricked by prickers. Oh my goodness. It is overgrown. Definitely somebody else has been coming in here to check it out. Oh, there's some cool bottles. Oh, what do we got? Anything good? Now, screw tops. Actually, it looks like an old ketchup bottle. Interesting. There's a few old bottles here. What's this? Coca-Cola. Oh, Coke bottle. Yeah. Union City, Indiana. Awesome. There we go. That's a cool find. I got my keys in my mouth, sorry. I just had my keys in my mouth. All right, so that's one cool thing. I'll put this right there. Let's go look at the bridge. Hold on a minute. Well, as you can see the trees here and trees there? Well, in between that trees is the road. It is really overgrown. I don't even think, this was the main road, but I think this road was long gone. There must have been another road there, and then they widened that road. Because this has been abandoned a long time. Maybe we'll get lucky and see a date on the bridge. Got to be careful though. Look, the bridge actually collapsed in the middle. Look at a big crack. Hopefully I don't fall underneath and into the water. Doesn't appear that it's broken here to where I can fall through. Oh, what's that? What do we got over here? Check this out. Oh, look at this water must really overflow. But check it out. I don't know what those are right there. 3 round cement pillars with a steel caisson. What are they? Caisson or whatever they call them underneath. It's a nice little spot here, though. Definitely a cool spot, like a swimming hole. A little beach area to hang out. The bridge is really cool, though. There's the new bridge. I wonder if there's anything good down there. I wonder if there's anything good. I could pretty much see in the water, so. All right, hold on a minute. All right. It's really neat. I like when they leave stuff like this. Instead of tearing them down. It just gives more to gives you more to look at. They tear this stuff down and you only got bridge abutments. And you wonder what the bridge looked like. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try. Oh, I don't think I'm going to go this way. Look at this. Check this out. And still, usually what they'll do is they'll put dates Sorry about that. I'm getting tangled up and stuff here. Oh. Usually they'll put a date at the beginning of the bridge. Obviously, you can see the road is completely gone on this side. It washed away. So I can't even get down right here. But the road continues on. I mean, you can see in the woods here. I mean, it's fairly overgrown, but... So we're not going to go that way. I love exploring stuff like this. I mean, look how skinny the bridge was. I mean, if I stand on this end right here, I'm just going to take normal walking steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 normal steps, and I'm at the end of the bridge. So think about that. And then you look at the new roads and all the tractor trailers going back and forth. I mean, things were a lot slower back in the day, and you really got to know the person that was passing you. Look at a crack in the bridge. This is where, obviously, you can see it's starting to go downward. It's only a matter of time before this part of the bridge gets washed away and it's completely fallen in the water. Then the bridge will be inaccessible in the middle. I'm glad I got a chance to see it before that happened. I'm gonna walk under the bridge a little bit to see if there's anything cool under there. Plus, we're gonna go see why this thing washed away. If I can get over there. Gonna see what happened. You know, this bridge is actually, I mean, besides the part that washed away, if you look at it, all the cement pillars, everything is in really good shape. Kind of a shame. But here's the problem. As you can see, there's a lot of sand in the water. From washing through here, it basically just took the underneath of that pillar. But it still looks pretty structurally sound. So I don't think it's going to go anywhere. The bridge might have just fell down like that, and that's it. That's some deep water. I can't even get across there or anything. I'm sure there's spots down there somewhere I can get across, but I'm not dressed for that today. In the summertime, you go searching for stuff like this, and you know, you could just walk right into the water, walk across to the other side. Cool. I'm sorry about that. I don't know if you guys heard that or not. My phone started ringing. So anyway, this is gonna be actually, I was gonna say it's gonna be a short video, but you know what? Before I finish this and actually upload it, I'm just going to let it go for the rest of the day and see what else I might be able to find and maybe make a longer video. See, this is the thing that I do. I don't do anything specific. I don't edit things. I literally just pause and upload. And you never know what I'm going to find. I don't want to go digging too much because I don't have bug spray. And down south here, for anybody else that's watching, maybe in a different part of the country or whatever, we got what's called chiggers. Chiggers are these little bugs, and they're mainly down south here. And when they get on you, it is the worst itching you will ever have. Look at this. I don't know exactly. It's glass. It's glass. That's actually pretty cool. But yeah, you don't want to mess with those bugs because they are awful itchy. I should have brought some bug spray with me, but I did not. See, I know those other ones are old ketchup bottles, and like these ones here, these are mainly, I believe, Planters peanuts, like old peanut glasses. There's tons of these everywhere. I don't have any at the house. Oh, check it out. Oh no, I thought that was, another one of those white bottles. But I'm just kind of scanning the area here. Oh, there's a couple of cans. Let's see if there's any glass bottles over here. See, I don't have anything with me today. I don't have my metal detector. I don't have anything. I'm in the A-Team van. They're the old Budweiser cans with the pull tabs. So these are fairly old. It kind of gives you an idea when somebody was dumping here. And these old Budweiser cans, probably from like the 70s or something. And there's tons more cans all through there. I don't see any other bottles though. Now this is the funniest part. See, like where I am, I'm on a main road. People are probably wondering, why is the A-Team van parked on the side of the road? Well, what else will we be doing on the side of the road? Exploring, getting bottles. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm out in the A-Team van. I love it when a plan comes together. It's all dirty. But check out the old barn up there. Should we go up there and check it out? It looks like an old house. Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna, because I do see another house up there and another abandoned house there. All right. I am back. I am actually in Columbus, Georgia. I see some cool things over here. Let's see what they all are. Let's look at the A-Team van. Kind of fun driving around in that. People's looks, you know. So this is Heritage Park. Let's see what they got. It looks like they had water that used to run through here at one time. You can see there used to be like a fountain. Make it look like a riverboat. See, this is Columbus, and they had a lot of riverboat activity in Columbus, Georgia here. The riverboats. Columbus, located at the head of the navigation of the Chattahoochee, first boomed as a trading town because of the river trade. Riverboats transported cotton from Columbus to Apicalola, where it was shipped to Liverpool and New York. I'm not going to go on reading the whole thing, but that's just pretty cool. So from Columbus, Georgia here, boats headed out to Liverpool and New York, and wow, it's amazing. Let's see what this thing is here. Looks like it had a doorway or something there at one time. Bricks and clay products. For millions of years, the Chattahoochee River flooded its banks, dropped its silt, and created vast deposits of clay. Because of this accumulation, clay and brick making began south of Phoenix City. See, Alabama is, those trees on that side are actually Alabama. So I guess they made bricks inside this thing. This is like a brick kiln. You can see well, it's kind of hard to see, but they made bricks, and there was a fire in here, and it cured the bricks. Pretty cool. Pretty neat. Look at this little chimney thing. I don't know what this is. This probably had something to do with it, obviously. I just don't know. I have no clue. I don't know anything about this thing. Okay, I see what we got going on here. If I had to take a guess, the fire was inside there, and that was the chimney for it. I have no idea. Pretty neat, though. Look at where the doorway was. All right. this was probably moved here. I don't see anything that says what it is, but if I had to take a guess on where this is located, it was probably moved here from a different location. But pretty cool. You can see the old beams, and there's some bees everywhere. I gotta be careful, I'm gonna get stung. This is really neat. The fireplace and everything. All right, see the bed right there with the rope? Look at the trunk. All right, you see the rope at the end right there? Where you can actually pull the string and make it tighter so the mattress. Well, they wouldn't have had mattress really. They would have had like something with like straw or hay. That is where it gets the term sleep tight. Okay, sleep tight, which means pull the ropes, make the bed nice and tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Because obviously sleeping on a bed of hay or straw, that comes from the outside. You can have bugs and stuff. There's a big doorway right there. It's like these big bumblebees flying around me. I hear them. Yeah, this was definitely moved here. I don't think it was here at one point. Although I guess it really could have been. Too bad they don't have this thing running with the water and everything. Look at this guy here. He's got something in his hand. He's carrying like a bag or something on his side. Looks like he's picking something and putting it in his bag. Don't know what exactly it is. Oh, wait a minute. Let's see here. Agriculture. The river linked Columbus with rich cotton land, the lower Chattahoochee Valley. Cotton fueled the region's economy for over a century. Large farms and plantations owned by George M. Adams, W.C. Bradley, and Philip T. and Thomas B. Schley supplied cotton and capital for the city's textile mills and grain for the grist mills. In return, Columbus businesses and factories supplied goods and products delivered by riverboat to farmers and planters who worked the land downstream from Columbus. Directly and indirectly, agriculture remained central to the region's economy. Let's go see what that is. So this pool here is obviously made to look like a dam, and then you see the water come over the edge. So this right here says dams captured the power of the falling waters of the Chattahoochee River and converted it into mechanical and electrical power. John Hill, the engineer for the Eagle and Phoenix building, rebuilt its dam in 1882 and planned the Bibb Dam at Lover's Leap shortly before his death. Benjamin H. Hardaway and the Hardaway Construction Company either reconstructed or built all of these dams. And it goes on to show you, I don't know if you can really see that, but it shows the dates of all these dams and stuff. See, there are tons and tons of old mills around here. This one says foundries, iron foundries. A lot of the old mills are behind me. You can see the iron worker here pouring the iron. And the textile mills. A gift to animals from Geo M. Clamp, 1892. This antique plaque was given to the Historic Columbus Foundation Incorporated. The Claps factory, located along the Chattahoochee River just north of the city, was among the first industries in Columbus. Oh, wow. So that was actually on the building. Pretty cool. I'm not going to go and read it, but they got some really neat old pictures of the textile mills. Some of these old mills are all still here, and they're on the other side of town. And some of them were converted to like apartments or restaurants and all sorts of stuff like that. Let's go see what that thing is over there. All right, we've got a couple other statues over here. This plaque is missing over here, but I know what it is. See this little girl, and she's got a Coca-Cola bottle in her hand. All right, this guy here is the inventor of Coca-Cola. I forgot his name, but you guys can do the research. But right down the street over here, not far from where I am, is actually the Columbus Coca-Cola Bottling Works. And there's a big factory over here that had something to do with Coca-Cola. Check out this big electric motor. This thing is amazing. Look at the windings in this thing. That is really cool. This is where you would put oil to oil the bearings on both sides. So when they fire up the old factory in the morning, they would actually, oil, make sure everything's all oiled up before things turned on. Look at the electrical wires coming out of this thing. I got bugs biting me and stuff. Water power. And it tells you about the water power. So the water power powered that generator right there. Gave electricity probably, most likely for the plant. Let's see, where am I going to go? What's down here? It's just a ramp. Which way are we going to go? Let's go down the stairs. All right, so I'm going to walk down the stairs. I don't know if there's going to be anything else to say. Well, we already saw pretty much everything. Actually, there's this motor thing over there. Let's go check that out. All right, this one says Grist Mills. It talks about grist mills. I'm not going to read the whole thing. But this depicts what a grist mill wheel would have looked like. This would have been a piston here. Now, you see these things. This is all fake. This is all just welded together to look like a steam-powered wheel that ran the grist mill. The stones. Those are big stones, which, you know what a grist mill does. On every old steam engine, you had this thing here. This would spin at the top, and the faster it spun, the more these heavy balls, heavy weights would extend out. That was the governor. When this thing was running full steam, full power, it was going where the term comes from, balls out. You ever hear, hey, go balls out, balls out? Well, those are the balls, and when the balls are all the way out, you are running at full power. So that's where the term balls out came from. And it would spin this wheel, and again, obviously it's fake, so it would spin that wheel and then grind, these grinding stones. These are actual stones. I mean, these are real deal grinding stones, which is really cool. See the little notch inside the wheel? That's what it would have caught this and was able to spin. And then the grain and corn would go between them rocks and just get eaten up, and it would be forced out and did what it had to do. Anyway, we're going to jump back in the A-Team van and see where the next adventure goes. So I mentioned earlier about the industry around here. Here is the Golden's Foundry and Machine Company. They are actually still in business. It is really cool. Ironwork type stuff. But check this out. This is pretty cool. You can barely see it. Look above Columbus. Right above it. Coca-Cola. Between the two windows on the second floor, you see Coca-Cola. The old original lettering up on there. But this is the Columbus, Georgia Coca-Cola Bottling Company. Pretty neat. Figure I'd get that on here real quick. Yeah, not too many of these old mills and stuff still doing things, but this one's still in operation. I mean, a lot of these just that old truck right there, Old International. Pretty neat. A lot of empty land also. I'm assuming like old factories that were long gone, and houses and mill houses and everything like that. Columbus, Georgia is actually a pretty good spot to go exploring, like urban exploration. I just like looking at the old buildings and stuff. But anyway, let's go see what else I can find today. I'm not really doing much. Like I said, I'm just kind of like freestyling around, just literally just going wherever. So anything I might find, I don't know what I'm going to find, but I'll be sure to get it on here. Hopefully it keeps you interested. I'm running out of ideas. All right, folks, this is pretty cool. I am standing on an old railroad trestle that I just found in the woods. This is pretty cool. This railroad was actually known as the Roosevelt Railroad. It goes through Georgia. President Roosevelt was on this line right here on his way to Warm Springs, Georgia. He owned the, look at my A-Team van. There's also another bridge down there, an old bridge that used to be the main road at one time, which it no longer is. But he owned the rehabilitation center in Warm Springs, Georgia for polio. And it had the warm springs where the pools were fed by the natural springs. And I did a video on that too, so you might want to check that out too. It'll say Warm Springs. But this is the railroad that he traveled on to get to the hospital. And I just happened to find this trestle that I didn't know even existed here. So of course I had to come explore it for you guys because I love old bridges and especially old train bridges. This is just really neat. Look at the size of the trees coming out of the middle of this. But I have another treat for you guys on the opposite side over here. It's right over there on the other side. See my finger? Right on the other side of the trees. So don't go anywhere. This is a pretty interesting video. Well, if you like this kind of stuff. I got a lot of people that don't like this kind of stuff. Like, oh, why do you do that? Because I like doing it. And as you can see, there's nobody else with me. I'm always by myself. I've yet to find anybody to go exploring with me. But now I know where this railroad bridge is. It's old right away. I'm not going to follow it the whole way. There's actually an abandoned house over there, which is really cool. So stay tuned. All right. I'm trying not to make this video too long for you guys to lose interest, but I don't think you can lose interest with me around. I'm always doing something stupid. Always exploring something. There's an old house in there. There's nothing in there. All the floors are collapsed. It's actually pretty cool. And there's one of those big death birds in there, one of those buzzards. And I scared the crap out of him, and then he scared the crap out of me. But check this out. Look at this. I'm not going to go over there because it's private property. And you can see it's all boarded up, so I'm not going to go trespassing through there. But the railroad comes right through here, right past the house. I mean, check this out. I mean, literally, it would have rocked that house. And some old remnants, because when they ripped up the train tracks, they pulled up a lot of the ties. And these tracks actually weren't ripped up that long ago. I think somebody bought the right of way and removed all the rails for scrap value. Down in Columbus, Georgia, which is quite a few miles down that way, over an hour, this railroad goes all the way to Columbus. And as you get closer to Columbus, they made it into a walking trail. But this actually goes all the way to my town of Griffin, Georgia. Goes right through my town. I mean, that would be awesome for this to be a walking trail the whole way. Man, I just get on your bike and just go for like miles and miles and miles. But anyway, I'm going to show you guys something really cool right there, so don't go nowhere. All right, so I'm back at the road. You can see where the house is right there. All right, my A-Team van is over there on the other side of the bridge. Now check this out. This is really cool for any of you that hopefully you can see it really good. I'm going to try to describe exactly what you're seeing here, and you'll know once I start. You got to use your imagination, okay? First, I don't know what this building looked like, but you can see the foundation, okay? I don't know what it looked like, but I do know, obviously, that was the first floor. I'm assuming it had maybe a second and third floor. Third floor would have been more of like an attic type thing. So picture a first floor, second floor, possibly a third floor here, okay? Bear with me. I'm going to show you. Now, there's a creek. Obviously, you guys saw it. It goes underneath that railroad bridge and underneath that other bridge. That creek was rerouted through a channel that's literally right on the other side right here. And water was rerouted out through this bridge. Came down through a channel through here. Now, check that out right there. If anybody knows anything about old mills and old factories, that is a wheel, and it's attached to an axle. A belt would have been around that. And the water power that came from this hole right here would have powered a wheel. And it would have turned belts. The belts would have turned those pulleys. The pulleys would have turned whatever machinery that you needed to run, which would have been either on the first floor or the second floor of this building right here. Okay. And not to lose your interest, but this is an old grist mill. I don't know what this is. Obviously, you can see it's some sort of stones with cement. I don't know if that was a fireplace that fell this way. I'm not sure, because the water would have got directed straight through here. There's actually a channel down in there. It's overgrown. You can't really see it too well. This particular grist mill, all right, look past all that kudzu and vines. There's a metal caisson, like a tube, and it's got a drive shaft coming up. Down inside that tube is a water turbine. The water came through that channel right there, spun the turbine, which turned the drive shaft. And at the top, the drive shaft is actually collapsed. If you look, you'll see it right there, because the whole building collapsed, okay? Now, down here would have been the basement. All right, well, what people call the basement, but they built it up against the wall. I mean, there's numerous parts and pieces of metal all scattered around this old grist mill. There's some sort of, I don't know what it was, but some sort of machinery that was inside here. Now, remember, when this building either burned or collapsed or anything, all this machinery that would have been hanging from the ceiling, the wheels that were turning, the belts and everything, would have literally just bang, it would just obviously crashed to the floor. So let's go down into what was the basement of this building. Now, think about this being the basement and a ceiling for the first floor. Up on top, you would have had all your pulleys and your belts and whatever ran the grist mill. Here is another pulley. Here's a big one. And it's attached to a drive shaft that goes all the way down and actually comes over to here to the other one. And this whole conglomerate would have been up on the ceiling turning belts. Everywhere you look, there's more pieces to the building. You can see right there is a foundation. That on the other side, on the opposite side, actually has a hole. I believe that was a fireplace, because it looks like there was a separate building on that side. That might have been like the office or something. There's actually another wheel. There's another wheel right inside there. All right, so I'm on the back side over here. Those are the wheels we just saw. Now check this out. This is really cool right here. Look at the stones. These are the grist mill stones. There's one right here. There's another one down there that broke into numerous pieces. There's another one right there. There's one right there, there, and there. How cool is that? So these wheels, there might have been spares over here also. This might have been the basement. There might have been spares. But this one here is actually still attached to the drive shaft. This might have been up on the second floor or the first floor, and all the pulleys and drive shafts would have went up, for the reason of, look where we are. I'm trying to do this without making you guys sick. That's the top of the wall, which would have went right there. But look at this. That is the top of that caisson with the drive shaft that comes down. There's another spot where a belt went that would have turned something. Another wheel right there. I know it's kind of hard to see behind all this kudzu. And then the drive shaft continues on and goes down to a bearing with 2 more wheels. There is the actual pulley right there. Look at the differential. I just noticed this. Look at the differential. It looks like out of a truck or something, but it's specially made for the mill. The power goes in through the differential and goes that way. That wheel is actually still hooked up to the differential. So that, being all bent out of shape, that would have been straight right out of there and would have went that way. It would have been straight that way. And the mill wheel, all this would have been like right about here in the middle of that floor, inside this, underneath this building right here. That's pretty cool. I'm trying to get to the spot right here without falling in the water. All right, here's the metal part where the turbine is. There's no way I'm going to get down in there, but there's a turbine inside that water right there that spun and turned the drive shaft, which is, obviously you just saw it. Down in there is actually another wheel. It's really hard to see. I'm not going down there, but there's another wheel. I don't know where that would have came from. I mean, obviously when this building must have collapsed, it could have just like everything tipped over. But here's the drain right here. The water would have came through, powered the plant, came out, and exited through the woods and back out to the little stream that was there. But little piece of history here. I would love to find out exactly what it was, what they made, the person's name. I mean, that house right there, and there's another abandoned house, which is really old over there. That could have been the guy who owned this mill. He could have lived right across the street there. But I don't know. So, unfortunately, I cannot give you guys any information. But there you go. I'm going to walk back over to the van. All right, so I just wanted to get this on here. All right, you see where the old mill was. All right, and you know where the water came through. It would have went right under the road, right about where my finger is. And then it would have got channeled through this channel that's on this side of the road. And it's kind of long gone right now, but the channel would have been through here, and it would have went down through that way. And this would have been a mill pond, and that's where the water would have came from. But anyway, this old bridge too. I mean, this was the original road, and obviously you can see it's no longer in use. Somebody has been keeping up on it. There's the new bridge right there that actually goes into Warm Springs, Georgia, if you go that way. And you saw the train bridge, so this is what it looks like from this side. And it does have all steel girders on it. But see the platform right there, and right there, and right there? Those are the original platforms for this bridge. That, and you can see the discoloration on there. Let's see if I can. This would have been a wooden railroad trestle. Sometime, God knows when, it would have gotten redone to haul heavier trains and whatnot. And if you actually look, you'll see there's one right there, couple right there. The old wooden posts. There's 2 in the water there, 1 there. Those are the remnants of the original railroad bridge. Now that, all right, those original things. This could have been rebuilt because this was pre-Civil War. This bridge could have gotten burned down during Sherman's march to the sea. I don't know. I can't verify that. But most of these bridges he burned down so the Confederate soldiers and stuff couldn't get the supplies where they needed to go. So there you go. I mean, I was on my way home and I just happened to see this. So I'm gonna see if I can see anything else on the way home. If not, then this video will be ended because you'll be watching it. And I think I just found I did. Oh, it stinks so bad. There's a dead deer. I smelled something before. I smelled it, and I just couldn't figure out where it was. There's actually remnants of another one right here. You can see it's completely gone, bones and all. There's a spine right there. Wow. All right, so let's get out of here. Actually, I'm back in the van real quick. Just gonna go down this road to show you guys. That was that first abandoned house. And here comes the second one right here. It's kind of a shame because these old houses, these old farmhouses are absolutely beautiful. I mean, I love that old history. Beautiful front porch. Just sit there and relax. Doesn't appear to be any other buildings or houses, but I do see a mailbox up there. So somebody definitely has a house up there. And the old railroad, it's hard to tell, but it's literally right on the other side of the woods right there, and I can see the right of way. Oh, I just passed another deer on the side over there. Somebody must be dumping them. The original road, it wouldn't have curved like this. The original road would have went straight. Obviously somebody owns that property right there. It's all chained up, but the railroad cuts right through here, goes right through that woods right there. All right, so I'm about a half an hour from home. It's a little loud in my van here, in the 18 van. But I'm just going to end the video here because it's going to be dark before I get home anyway, and there's nothing else to see on the way home. I hope you guys like my style of videos. It's kind of just whatever. I don't show myself really because honestly, I don't like the way I look. I'm here somewhere, but I can't flip the phone around. Anyway, like I said, I hope you like the style of videos I do. I'm not no professional. I don't edit anything. I literally just start, pause, back and forth. So I'm taking this old 2-lane back to my house, and I'm in Georgia, USA, for you people all around the world. I know I got some people from Brazil. My mother was born and raised in Rio. I lived in Rio. I would love to go back one day, but I just don't have the money. There is so much more that I would like to do for you guys. There's a ton of stuff here in Georgia, and Alabama's really close by. North Carolina, South Carolina, I just don't have the money for it. I don't know what to do to try to raise money. I have no idea. I'm 48 years old. I don't know this technical stuff. So I'm going to put a link to my PayPal in my description. And I mean, if anybody feels that, anything they can donate to me for gas. I mean, I went through $50 worth of gas today, and I make $400 a week. That's all I take home after all my expenses. So it gets real tough doing these videos for you guys. That's why I don't post a lot. So I'll put a link to my PayPal in the description. And if you like what I do, hit that like button. Share this video out to more people. The more people that I see liking my stuff, I get all excited, and I'm like, man, I gotta make more videos for you guys. So hopefully I can get some more money together and get some more videos for you guys. But it's just me. that seat's always empty. And I don't know if I'm going to get a video to you tomorrow. I don't know what my plans are. If I don't, I'll see you guys next weekend. Have a safe week, and take care, everybody.